Okay, welcome to the Bants and Rants talk show. I'm here with my guests. We're gonna.
Whoa, so
Let's
not
go.
guess. What are you talking about?
Hey yo guys, welcome to Bants and Rants. I'm about to pop up another talk show.
Another one.
You
Wait a
keep
minute, that's
clapping. It's too much.
Hey, welcome to.
Right? Who's the most intelligent amongst you guys?
Thank you.
We're all intelligent.
What does that mean? This guy the most intelligent, bro.
I'm joking. I don't know you guys like that.
Pause. Hey.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Munashi,
Yeah.
who do you think is going to win?
Probably Malachi.
Yeah. Just speak me again.
No, he has the bro. Look at this guy's wingspan, though. I'm just saying.
Wingspan is crazy.
Yeah, because I fly high.
What's your name?
Kyla.
That's what. You thought that 8.
Where's your money on?
Oh, money is crazy. I don't know.
Don't put it on me. I'll disappoint you.
Okay, so Malachi. Yeah, he does have long arms.
He wants to
fun
be the
fact.
underdog.
Let's go.
Alright. Eyes. Toes. Shoulders. Eyes. Nose. Sting.
No, can we talk about
He's
how...
faster than you, bro.
Listen,
This guy is trying to make an
listen,
explanation.
listen.
So black people.
No, G.
You know black people,
Hey,
man.
listen, I'm taking
Nah,
the
bro,
L.
there's nothing.
I'm taking the L.
Let's take the L,
I'm taking
bro.
the L.
Okay,
but
take
I'm
it.
just saying, can we talk about how all you have to do was this, but I had to That's all I'm gonna say. America, also known as caramel.
Why is he biting his lip, bro?
Wait, yeah. Also known as caramel. I'm on TikTok, IG. I mostly focus on TikTok. I am 6'1", 6'2" from wearing shoes. So right now I'm 6'2".
Ass down, boy.
Look at him hating.
Yo.
But yeah, I'm single. I've been single for a long time because of someone's child.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't give a backstory, but it's because of someone's child, and it's fine. It's not fine, but it's
Let's get to the university part.
okay. Yeah. I'm looking at the university in Hungary. It's called IBS, I think, something like that. I don't know the full name. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
That's so real.
Why don't you know?
Which university would you say is the best in Zim currently?
Don't really have like 2 options. I'd use it, I guess.
Yeah, use it. I think
I
use
don't
it.
know.
Yeah, but use it is a bit hard to get into, though, if you think about it.
But he's talking about the best. He didn't
best.
ask about the easiest.
It's
to
already
get into.
showing.
Actually,
No, but it
I'm the one
looking
who's
is the
being
best.
Hey, shut up! I'm the one who's being asked. What do you mean?
It's okay. Finish.
Yeah, I said use it. That's
It's
my
okay.
answer.
All right, Anisha, it's your time to shine.
Yeah, she's gonna throw.
What's your name, Anisha?
My name is Anisha, and I am 20 years old.
Okay, don't tell us about your status. We
Alright.
keep that for now.
Hey.
You respond to the guys in the comment section. They'll
Yeah.
ask, are you single? Then you respond, right? Let's go.
So answer
But
that.
2 years ago.
He told me to.
So obviously I'd prefer to be at an Ivy League school, right? However, in Zimbabwe, I would say one of the best universities is Africa University, mainly because it accommodates international opportunities as well as a diverse group of students. So I would say that Africa University is the best in Zimbabwe.
Who would you pick next?
I would pick Menashe.
And that was when you was at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's how you're speaking.
That
Like,
sounded so
God.
formal. Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Lean back a bit, Jay.
What's up,
Yeah,
guys?
chill,
I'm
girl. I don't
Munashi,
even want to speak.
known as
on it.
Munashi on TikTok, IG, yeah. And as of this, I can't answer that question. They know why. I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question.
my
in
In
specific.
other words, Usfere.
You have to speak in Zulu, bro.
Yes, because I can't say it in Shona.
So that doesn't
Google
mean they will
Translate is fine.
understand.
Okay, Nashi, which is the worst university in Zimbabwe?
Yo, I feel like people are gonna come in those DMs. Anyways, guys, don't target me, but I'm just saying, man. I'm gonna say use it. I'm sorry.
And why? What's your why?
He doesn't know
That's
any
the
others.
only one you know.
Not really though. I know Africa University and all that. My bad. I know
What's all
Africa.
that? What's all that?
And
What's all that?
there's Chinoi, yeah, Chinoi
Oh, yeah,
University.
but my God, you get me.
Chinoi,
Why did you give him the mic?
Yeah, but this is
Yeah.
yummy.
Anyways, Chinoi University. But in infrastructure wise, use it is a bit behind. I can say that. And also, like, I think we know.
No, we don't know. Tell
We
us.
know.
Yeah, we don't.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
You guys know, man. You guys know.
No one knows.
Laughing by yourself, food. That's why
They know. But yeah.
We don't know.
I'll tell
I
you
actually
easy.
don't know.
Mm.
Anyway,
you don't know.
Do you want to talk
It's
about
a very-
the school itself
Or the
students?
people,
Oh
right?
yeah, we can talk
right.
about the students. We can talk about the students.
Oh, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We just in there.
All right, fine. And you said you're not single.
I can't answer that.
Fine. Who do we move next?
Jay.
Yo, Jay.
Yo,
Which university in India do you know?
India.
Yes, India.
Yeah, the thing always comes up.
Amara Brown.
Amara Brown, man.
Shout out Amara Brown.
Shout out.
Yeah, Amara is pushing it.
Yes,
Mm.
special
Actually,
shout out to
I don't know if
Amara
it's
Brown.
pushing or ish. Career, eh?
You can't say that.
Bro.
Can't say that
That's
about
not your
her.
wife, okay?
It's
That's
not
his
my
wife.
wife, but you know the future.
Okay, speak, Jay.
Yeah.
My name is Jay.
It didn't change. It's the one.
My name is Jay. Yeah, and Jay Saru on all platforms as well. That's all.
What does Saru mean?
Saru,
Yes, Saru.
short for Saru Chera. From Chera in Yanga.
Oh, nice. You single?
Huh? So we're talking about university today. Specifically, we're going to talk about degree choices and pressure when it comes to degree choices. Why we choose what we choose, what conditions make us choose different degrees, whether it's our parents, the university itself, the location where we are. I don't want to have my hand, but yeah, let's start. I don't know if I want to start. I want to hand over to anybody. You, what degree do you want to study and why?
Actually, initially I wanted to study law, but then I had to change to international relations because my grades weren't like on the low level, right? So now I'm going to be studying international relations, which is okay, right? But ideally, my mom would have preferred that I would be doing law, right? But I would say that growing up, a lot of the opportunities I used to get were always in line with like international relations,
Yeah.
be it public speaking, advocacy, and the likes, right?
Can you explain what international relations are for those that are not? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
So there are different areas in international relations. We have things like NGOs within it, right? Yes.
NGOs?
Yes.
Non-governmental organization.
Oh,
Yeah. That's what he was saying.
Right.
You know, don't.
We also have international diplomats. We also have lawyers, international lawyers,
Okay.
and it goes on like that. So I'm looking into diplomacy, right? Because I am someone who believes in advocating for the girl child, for children, for women, right? So that's the area I'm looking into getting into, right? And this is something that a lot of people don't understand because the first thing a lot of people think about is how much are you going to get paid from that job, right? And for me, it's more so about making an impact than like what I'm getting back. Like obviously I want to make money,
Yeah.
right? But I feel like I'll get returns on like my hard work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't think money is the most important factor to consider when you're choosing a degree?
I feel like if you're passionate about something and you work hard for it, then money comes in. So I feel like don't think about the money first because you can make money from your degree, but you won't enjoy it and you end up miserable. Yeah.
In your Bentley.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. We're not the only ones here. Everyone else.
Sorry, what was the
Yeah, but
question?
I think like when it comes to choosing your degree, it's also dependent on how you did in A level. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I wanna do medicine, oh, I wanna do this, I wanna do this, and
You need a
then
drink?
yeah, it's okay.
He needs a drink.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, I wanna do medicine, oh, I wanna do this. Guys, look, I feel like sometimes it's overrated to go and do medicine when you have 2-3 points. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, and then
Let's
that's
be yeah.
But what if that's your passion? Because she talked about passion over money.
Yeah, we're talking about passion. Yeah, we're talking about but you know by yourself. You know by yourself
But
and you're
that's
like
where you be happy, girl.
No,
No.
but that's not the point.
That's-
We're talking about
can't
money
be happy
versus
for failing
passion,
every
not
day.
grades versus passion.
yeah.
I didn't bring up either of those things.
You just need to be like you also need to think like before you choose your item.
Yeah,
Can
but
I
then-
do this?
But then you also need to understand that when you're in high school, you obviously set goals for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then you work to pursue those goals. Say, okay, by the end of this, I want to get 15 points, right? But the realistic thing is that there are going to be some subjects that you're going to struggle with,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then when your results then come out, you realize, oh, I actually got like 13 or like 12 or less
yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And that's when you have to sit down with yourself and have an honest conversation and be like, okay, what am I going to do? I cannot pursue what I wanted to do initially. For example, in Zim, if you want to go and study law, if you want to go study medicine, you need 15 points.
Yeah, that's real.
That's the standard.
But
So
also
you have to be realistic and look, okay, what do I do?
15 is
Yeah.
okay, but also I feel like a lot of people are influenced by parents also. Like having a specific parent in the medical field, they also then give you the pressure to then be like, do this, do that, do this, do that. But like sometimes, you know, like
So then what?
your brain is telling you no, but your parents
That's
are
fair.
telling you yes.
Your dad is a doctor. You say I want to go.
I want
make
to-
beats."
yeah, yeah, that's not gonna work out. That's not gonna work out. But I guess as we're going, a lot of people are becoming a lot of parents are becoming a lot more transparent
I don't know.
with it.
Have you've watched the show Forever, right?
Mhm.
Anyone else watched it?
Yeah, I watched
What?
it.
Forever.
No.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
never watched?
Okay, for those who have, those on screen who watched it, there's that kid, right? What's his name again?
I
Which
forgot.
one?
Yo,
Ch-
I forgot his name. But you know, like the main character, the main guy.
yeah.
So he had a back and forth with his parents all the time because they wanted him to go to university, but he wasn't the most book smart guy out there. So he said, "I want to go make beats." Yeah, for the show, it's okay. The beats were ish, but technically speaking, his parents were supportive. Like his dad was a very well-known chef,
Yeah.
and what's his mom do? What's mom?
Guys, why are we not talking about this?
No,
I'm
it's-
confused.
It's also low-key relating
So,
to
like,
Yeah.
basically, the thing is, he wanted to pursue music, and his mom was like, "Okay, fine, you want to do music, but then I need you to go to school and obtain a certain level of education, you know, because your music is not always gonna be like great."
That
right?
makes sense.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, essentially, that's all I see university as. I don't see it as like
yeah.
I don't
The
see it
backup,
as
right?
like you need to go to university to make money, but it's like a backup putty.
Just in
If what I
case.
want to do doesn't work, then at least I've got my degree and I can go look for a job. But to be honest, guy, me, I don't care what degree I do, what career it is, because I'll never be happy going to work. I won't even lie.
That's fair.
Even going to school, we had a lot of freedom in school, but I'll never be happy. Because I
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
happy
true.
in school.
That's true. That's true.
I
That's
hate
true.
that.
And to be honest, like the most of the population in Zim right now, that has money. Like money.
Cap.
And
Right.
that's-
Mm,
No.
But they have a backbone of education.
Yes, they do.
You
still heard that,
bro.
He went right in between the
But
mics.
anyways,
Wait, but what you're saying though is true. They do have education, whether they use it or not, it's not
Yeah,
our business.
yeah.
But they have it,
They have it there.
and it's your typical accounting, they have MBAs or what's your whatever. So
I think.
But use. I think personally, the advice we can give to people is like use university as a networking type of kind of place. So whenever you go to Italy or Dubai, get as many connections as you can.
Okay, but we need to. I feel like we need to let go of the propaganda that is there that makes us believe that we can only
English,
make
sorry.
good
yeah,
connections.
English, wow.
that are, I mean, internationally. Like, we can also make good connections, right? But we have this thing in our minds that, obviously things are tough, right? But you can still make decent connections. People from out of the country, they still come here and they still go to different universities to talk to students, to give them life skills, and you can still network.
That's true.
You can still network here. So it doesn't matter. I feel like it doesn't matter where you go. I feel like we should not belittle people who still stay here
exactly.
to obtain education and not discourage them and say, oh no, because you're in Zim, you cannot get like connections, you cannot network.
That's true.
Like, okay, maybe out there it's a bit better, right? There's people that are out there like that. But you can still get decent information.
I think generally people just want a change of environment. Can I say it like that? Because like you're used to, let me be honest with you, like a lot of people, when you stay in Zim, you have the idea of, oh, I'm going to have to stay in my mom's house. And I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do this. And in your mind, you're like, if I move away, I get that certain level of freedom.
Just move out of your mom's house.
But it's not
money.
With what money? That's the thing though. In Zim. Get a job, go to uni, get a job that's paying you $250.
But then you also have to understand that it's also not that easy to get a job here.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
A lot of people are starting small businesses in Zim because it's tough. Like people don't just get employed, and even if you are employed, like it's still not enough.
Yeah, it's still not enough. Okay. $250. Okay, how much do you spend per weekend? Exactly my point. You spend like $50 a weekend, right? That's already a quarter of your salary. You feel
Just like that.
Just like
The
that.
people out there that earn $250 with families. So you have to send them to school.
Exactly.
Everything like that, bro.
Think of that. So a lot of people in their minds, they have the concept of, if I leave the country, then I can work there and then make money and then.
But I feel like it also depends because, like, for example, right? You were hating, but I want to do medicine, right?
Yeah.
And
my bad.
Yeah.
my bad.
I want to do medicine, and I want to do it out of Zim, not because I'll have freedom from my dad. My dad, my homie, like I can go out still. I'm here, right? Cool. So it's not even about freedom, even though it is for some people because they do live in households that are strict and stuff like that, right? But for me, it's about, unfortunately, Zimbabwe doesn't have a lot of opportunities for people, right? So if I do medicine here, right, they're good. Like they've been amazing doctors from UZ or whatever, right? But I feel like I personally, for what I want to achieve in my life, it's gonna limit me. It's really gonna limit me. And if I were to get a job like out there and then there's some machine or something that everyone knows, like in a first world country, and I'm here and I don't know that, and I go there, then I look incompetent to do my job.
I have a question though. So for most of the degrees that people do, you realize like you have to go out of the country and then come back and be attached in Zim. And then
but that's not for everyone.
With medicine, you have to come back and stay for like 5 years and wake cool.
But it's not for everywhere.
That's only the case if she wants to come back.
If they don't give you residence.
Because you also have
that's what I'm saying. It's different. It's not for every single place.
What else? With a lot of degrees, you just have to generally come back sometimes.
No, it's likely with the case like with law and with medicine and.
Okay, guys, I have a question. Besides opportunity, why do people not stay here? Do you think it's like a peer pressure we're given in high school? Like,
no, but there are many things. How do you stay in a country without opportunities, though? Because we're teenagers, right? We need to make a living for ourselves, have a great life, soft life type vibes. Like, I don't want to lie to you. I want a soft life. I don't want to be living tough all my life. So how am I gonna stay here just hoping things get better?
Oh yeah.
Like I can genuinely, if it gets better and I'm rich, I'll come back. No problem.
Okay, why?
But I'm not gonna stay and suffer for
Okay, Anisha, why wouldn't you go to UZ?
Because I don't want to go there. I don't like the resources they have. I do not like how they maintain the school. Okay. That is my reason. Like, I do not like their rooms. I hate their cubicles. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's and not even that. Like even if I were to, that's true. And even like if I were to go, for example, for medicine, right? You do like a residency, a period where you have to work in hospitals, and they'll place you in a public hospital. And in here, kind of like some don't have. I don't know if you can put it in there, but I'm just gonna say some don't have beds, some don't have bandages. How am I gonna know how to do my job? I won't.
Fair point.
So for me, it's not about not wanting to go to school here. Right? I think it's just about like how I feel in the environment as well. Because I feel like when you are
convenient time to go.
No, he's joking because he was lying down.
I think he's had enough of it. And Casey, bro, put it down.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like when you're choosing a university to go to, because you're gonna spend most of your time there, I think it's also important to choose to take note of the environment that you're in.
Yeah. I don't know if that's power here or power in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Because
you thought you were funny.
What was I saying now? Because you don't want to be miserable in an environment that you're going to spend most of your time in. That also influences your
so wait. So none of us receive pressure from high school. Like,
I feel like there definitely is. I'm not disputing that there is.
I definitely went. Like, I remember I used to be in high school and you'd like be walking through, and then people would be talking, oh, I'm going to Italy. Oh, I'm going to England. Oh, I'm going there. And then they'll be like, if you go to UZ. And then next year we see you at UZ. That's the shocking thing, though. Like most of the people who say, hey, I will never be there. And then, there.
But the thing is, they didn't have the choice. Like we said, situations.
Yes, but if you're given certain situations.
Your mic is right here, bro.
My bad.
Yeah, you keep yelling.
No, like I'm, emotional.
Passionate.
Yeah, I'm passionate. Yeah, that's how you say it. Anyways, right? So what I'm saying is, the thing is, if you know you're in a situation where you can't afford to go out, then do not discriminate the ones who are going.
But I feel that's only because, again, like you're saying, peer pressure. Like you will be like, oh, I'm not going to use it because someone else said it because it's shando. But like, oh, you're poor, you're broke, like you can't like.
Oh, you can just say, I don't know where I'm going. Simple as that.
Yeah, but that's not the reality of life.
The thing is, I feel like even when people aren't like giving you pressure like with their mouths, even just them going, you're like,
Right.
Okay, wait. So genuinely, I have a question.
Okay, just ask the
question. Yeah. Actually, I have a question for you two, right? Let's say a girl comes up, right? You're talking, nice conversation, everything is going well, and then she says, I learn at UZ.
I don't talk to girls.
what's wrong?
Oh, why are you even lying?
Hey, why are you lying? This guy's looking for the scapegoat. Answer the question.
Okay. Honestly. What she look like? That's my answer. What she look like?
So the school doesn't matter.
She's bad.
She's good.
She's the bad looking,
The school doesn't matter. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm not done paying school fees.
Yeah, it's true.
Nice mommy.
You can't just
Mommy.
Yeah, okay, mommy.
Nice looking mommy.
Are we being like realistic?
Yeah, being
okay,
realistic.
so she looks accents how far?
Everything is good, bro.
Wait. Accent, there's a bit of that.
Like,
oh, wow. Yo, I feel offended. But I'm not gonna be offended because I'm Zimbabwean, guys. I am proudly Zimbabwean. I'm proudly Zimbabwean. But anyways, I'm saying, she has an accent like Minashi, right? Gateway vibes.
With me, I don't care what school she goes to, bro. I'm not the one paying the school fees.
Facts, because there's people out there that want to discriminate as if they're the ones paying your fees. If you want me to be international, then pay my fees.
But it's different when you're the guy going to use it.
Okay, wait. So
but it's not
okay. She has a new wig. She has no.
Are you looking for a problem on?
No, I'm not looking for a problem. No, but look,
it doesn't matter.
She has nice wigs, Nini. iPhone 16 Pro.
No, the point is,
Nah, he's answered the question.
That's what you're looking for.
Right.
He's answered the
but
question.
then what
No, but we can't ignore it and say it's not there.
I think it's just the point of hearing UZ, because someone can come from America and name a UZ university in America, and you think, oh my gosh, because it's America.
Guys, do you also realize that when a lot of people, when they go to international universities, some of them are actually at the schools that are down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they are.
Because it's out there, people are like, oh my god.
Exactly, but just because I'm in like,
and then you spend 100,000 and then you come back, you have nothing, you have no car, you have...
Yo,
that's not even no.
Okay, let me explain to you why most people go to universities outside. The one thing, I don't know, like, how far, like, you guys can fact check this.
Red wine.
I don't... What?
Okay. Ask me nicely.
I don't know how true this is, right? But then, like, because we're under heavy sanctions and all that, our degrees, they aren't recognized outside.
Oh yeah, true.
So if you get a degree in Zim, you're stuck in Zim. There's no escape, and everyone wants to escape because we all know the situation in Zim. Everyone's looking for a way out. So sometimes it's about a flex and whatnot. But I think it's kind of like subconscious, Kuti, when you don't have a lot of money but you still want to go to school, you go to use it because it's less than $1,000. Yeah. But then the guys with the privilege and enough money to go outside, they go outside, so it becomes a flex.
Hey, but the thing is though, Italy isn't actually expensive.
It's very cheap.
It's very cheap. Actually, let me give you guys some advice. Italy is very cheap.
You're cheap.
It's 170 a year, bro.
Okay, you see, now I think that's
No, it's not.
I think it's different for every degree. You can't say
it's
price
for African students.
For every single degree.
Yeah, accommodation is
not like.
Yeah.
My question is, if that's the case, then why are now Zalama Zimbabweans?
Because no one knows about it.
No, yeah.
Okay, wait. Liam!
No, because look at it like this.
Wow.
Let me explain why.
You gave me a white name, bro.
It's okay. Because there's an issue in Italy. The economy in Italy actually isn't very good. The job market there is very, very poor. Like, it's very bad.
Yeah.
As soon as you finish uni over there, minimum wage in Italy is like low.
Yeah.
That's why uni is also low. Like she was explaining. The universities in Italy, they're good, but they're not like top tier in terms of Europe. That's why it's
yeah, that's why it's so cheap. But you can also, the good thing about going to Italy though is you can literally, it's Europe. You can basically go to France, you can go to Hungary, you can go to...
Not when your visa is up, you can.
What do you mean? You can, bro.
When it's expired.
Oh, when it's expired, yes. But you can work. During that time, you can go to other countries.
But you also have to consider if that university's education is internationally recognized. Because there's so many people, even like going to Poland. Like if you read the articles,
Poland.
Yeah.
Poland is another Zim state, bro.
If you
and UK.
Guys, let us
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Poland and UK.
Okay.
Poland and UK.
I'm saying like a lot of people go to Poland, right? But if you read like certain articles, you'll see that this university is not internationally recognized, so you can only like pursue whatever career in that country, right? So you have to be very careful with which school you choose to go to when you leave the country, because it's nice to say, oh, I'm in the UK, I'm in Poland, I'm in America.
Yeah. But also
be wise about your decision.
Okay, fair point. Wow, that's jarring. That's jarring. But anyway, personally, I also think the perception also with a lot of guys, let me be honest. In your head, you're like, I'm tired of Zim girls. I want to try something new. Look, I'm being honest. You're going to go and try something new, but you're always going to come for yourself.
As in guys.
Yeah, guys.
Something new, a whole country for something new.
Guys, I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
Boy.
I haven't even
tried. A whole country for another boy.
No, not a whole country. I'm saying they want to try.
It is a whole country.
Who's they? Speak for your girls.
No.
Don't speak for everybody.
No,
I don't
you
want to.
I'm saying guys.
Why?
Guys.
Guys want to trade.
When they leave. So in their heads, they want to exactly. You see my
new flavors.
Some new flavors, you know.
You guys want to try some new flavors.
But they always come back to Zimbabwe, though.
Stop lying, you.
Jaden, keep quiet, bro.
Let's not lie.
Jay, keep quiet. Should we start with your stories right now?
Right.
Exactly.
Remember, she's watching.
She,
exactly.
You, you're she.
Oh, you're she.
You have a she.
No, I have no she, guys.
You still have that she.
It's unclarified-ish.
On that topic, let's talk about uni itself and the experiences we get in uni. Peer pressure, all of that. We know that.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Alcohol.
My drugs.
All of that. Do you think people, when they go to uni, they change who they are, or they just try and test, or is it peer pressure?
Let me tell you. No
wait.
one changes
one person. Yeah, go. I'm saying.
Okay, no one changes who they are when they're at uni. But now the question is, if you're going outside, you're thousands of miles away from your parents.
Lack of exposure.
You don't have that exposure. So you're gonna try everything.
You're gonna see
a line on the table.
So advice to parents. Let your kids have fun.
Sorry.
Oh,
Wait.
my bad. Anyways, advice to parents, guys, let your kids have fun. I'm gonna be honest.
What's fun?
You know what? No, there's
fun
different
is
levels of fun, but you need to give them bandwidth to try things before.
What does that mean? If someone opens
The dictionary. Some
we're proud of you. We're proud of you. Hey.
You know, I juice a lot of airtime. You know, so yeah, that's how I know. Anyways, that is cool. Anyways, guys, what I was saying, right? This guy.
sorry. Yeah.
Anyways, what I was saying is, if you give your kid enough room to breathe and relax and be like, okay, this is not something new. You get my point. When you go out there, you're going to get hit by drugs, drinking,
but
women,
I don't think.
And you're not
I
used
don't
to
think
that.
parents will ever be okay with letting you do drugs and that type of freedom.
Oh, yeah,
I think there's also a difference between being a friend to your child and genuinely being a parent. Like I'm saying, okay, I'm cool with my dad, but you can't do everything. He's still my dad.
Drugs,
you get what?
I'm not
But
saying,
you're saying they
don't
should
do
breathe
drugs.
and relax. Breathe and relax means come on, go be an addict.
No, but look,
problem,
let me
just
be
come back
honest.
home.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, right? I don't drink, I don't smoke.
But that's just who you are.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But I'm saying the level of freedom I got, I was never like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to do that. Oh, you get my point. So let's be honest. Most kids who have strict backgrounds,
they end up going.
Even strict schools. Yeah, even strict schools. You know yourself, strict schools. The strict schools.
Yeah.
You know, those people, whenever they go to uni, man.
Yeah, it's true.
I think personally
Catholic schools.
You are a Catholic
No students.
I believe that
Riverton.
yes, our parents, right, they may be like strict, some parents, right? But I feel like as a child, you also need to know that there's a line that's drawn. You need to respect your parents. Understand that your parents are coming from a good place, right? So you can't be 14 and be like, oh, I want to go to a party. You're underage, number one. You want to be what is going to be going on at that house party? You're underage. There's going to be guys that are older than you, right? I feel like there's a certain age where your parents start to then slowly be okay with things. I grew up with parents who used to be
sorry.
My parents were very
Strict.
not strict. I wouldn't say strict, but they were very protective, right? So there were some things they would let me do, and there were some things they would say no to until I got to a certain age. Okay. When I tell you the year I turned 18, they were like,
crazy.
They started loosening up.
Exactly.
Dad, I want to go to a party. They're like, okay.
My kid is not
we
leaving
used to
the
go
house.
to the house to go to parties.
They actually exactly.
My goddaughter is not leaving the house.
That's the problem, though.
The guy can go.
You're talking about a strict place, and then your child going to do drugs.
To come back with the baby.
No, but listen.
No, and that's the problem.
You also have to learn to
hypocrites. You know what that means?
Yeah.
You know what that means? Hypocrites.
Bro, of course I know
You
what that
also
means.
have to look at like your parenting style and also realize that your child has their own character. Whether you're strict or not, if your child is a wild card, they'll find means. They will find
Go deeper.
to go out.
No matter how much
it's up
money
to
you have.
I feel like it's up to you as a parent to like have honest conversations with your kids.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like this whole
Yes,
conversation
talk.
has been about me.
It's about you, bro. It's okay.
Okay, right, guys. Let's like you were saying, Kuti. Some parents, when you get to a certain age, they will loosen up and everything. But what if they don't loosen up?
Yeah.
Then there's
I
a
feel
problem.
I feel like
Then
that's a
there's no
conversation you need to speak with your
Yeah,
parents. Because
yeah.
I had to speak with my dad,
Same.
Okay,
to be like, I'm older, I'm not 12 anymore. Like, you also have to understand.
My dog.
What if like they don't listen? If they're like stubborn? Like if you try to say, you know what, I'm old. No, you're not.
You're not
Like,
old,
yeah,
but
no,
you can't
no,
go by
but
the
like
way.
I know, but like you know, like when you try to have a conversation, right?
And
but
they just
nothing is
don't,
jumping in. Like you can choose go to, okay, look, I wanna go to parties every once in a while, right? Because look, I'm about to go to uni. Uni, you won't be there, so you can't stop me.
Either
at least
I do it now with you or do it without you.
At least now, if I go out and I try alcohol and I come back drunk, at least if you've drank, you know what to do. Like exactly. Then for me to go there and I get drunk and I wake up on the side of the street and
I have something on that. I don't know what this thing is with parents. They try to pretend like they're people that they're not. Front of their kids, like you're saying,
like
for
they
example,
didn't experience drinking
like
and smoking.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
and I know
that's
people,
why I love my dad.
I know people from the 90s had that fun.
Yeah, because
I know people from the 90s had that fun.
And they make you feel horrible for being a kid, doing what they
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
Yeah, I think
so like if you're like that, like where you try to talk to them but they don't listen, like you're like, hey, can I go to parties? Because when I go to uni, that's when I'm gonna wild out.
Yeah.
It's like, wouldn't it be better if I'm here? And then they're like, nah. At least you're here in my house, so I can control you. But when you go, you're on your own. So I don't care what you do out there. But as long as you're under my roof, you do what I say. Whatnot. And you try to be like, okay, what about alcohol? For example, you just get a generic, we don't drink alcohol. Okay, but why? We don't. That's the only answer you get. I don't know why we don't drink alcohol, but we don't drink. And they lie.
Well, I think that obviously you know the character that your parents have, right? And at some point you have to, like I said, meet them halfway. If they don't want you to go to parties because of this and that, I think you should be willing to compromise some things. Like, okay, can I go to parties? And then you make an effort to come back in their house and respect them enough to not like be drunk, right? At least get home sober so that they can develop a certain level of trust for you.
Right. Let me go again on that one.
This guy, it's the story of his life. The story of his life,
like,
bro.
Like,
continue,
man.
Man.
I finished high school last year, so from that time up until now, let's say I go for like a party or something, right? And I come back at 10 o'clock. That's when it just started, right? Or even in events where I come back at 1 o'clock.
10 o'clock is crazy, bro.
In events where I come back at like 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock, I'm driving home and I'm coming back sober every day. But still, that trust because you're always on some, no, you can't go to parties because that type of environment.
I feel like some of that is because the parents know what they did, so they think you're doing that. So like, that's why I'm saying parents should also know the difference between just saying no and advising a kid not to. Like, yes, you drank and you knew what
like
happened, so just tell me not to.
Kids want to experience the level of failure you've had. Not to be like, no, you don't understand.
Yes, we don't.
Let me go deeper than that. Let me go deeper. Right? Okay, so look, there are a lot of mistakes our parents made. And in their mind, they're like, okay, since I made those mistakes, I'm gonna make sure my kid doesn't go through the same mistakes.
Okay.
You get my point.
But then we're still gonna make our own mistakes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I feel like we should still learn from other people's mistakes.
Okay,
like,
my dad always says that.
Sorry.
It's a short statement. My dad always says that one thing about my family, are very open. He says that you have so many examples of what to not do in your family, right? So you see that this happened with your aunt or with your whoever, right? Make sure that you don't repeat it.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Jay?
So, I was saying, so in the case, like Malachi.
I'm not sure.
Wait.
I'm so
Malachi, so in your case, is it then ethical for you to defy your parents and say, okay, you realize they're not going to budge regardless? Should I just then do my own thing and defy them regardless? I go out, I break rules, I sneak out. Is that then ethical? Like, I'm going to be young regardless because my parents are not budging. Like,
I don't know how to answer that question because is it ethical or not?
Yeah.
But what I can say is, what are the options they do?
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you feel me?
I also feel like parents need to realize not every kid is the same. I can speak for me personally. Like, I know my older brother was star child. Like, star perfect. He never did anything wrong. He always grades up. He never went out. He had the same 3 friends his entire life. like perfect. And then, so my parents parented him in one way. So I feel like over the years, or let's just say the last 2 years, they've now realized that they can't parent me the same way they parented him. Because I was a little bit different. I enjoyed being out. I enjoyed having more friends. I enjoyed all that. I wasn't as...
Okay, so wait, question though. Do you think we face all those... Do you think we face...
No, I'm also a firstborn.
Okay, so do you think we still face those things when you go local? Like, the whole being put under pressure with your parents and all that?
No, when you're... it depends. If you're still staying under their roof.
Yeah.
You
can go
okay, but if you're in Harare
No.
There's a high chance.
Wait. I have a. You said if you're still living under the roof, ne?
Yeah.
Okay, so until you're living under their roof, right? And then you tune at them, go to, hey,
Tune at him.
guys, I'm going to move out, and then they're like, no, you're not yet ready.
Actually, you just go. At that point, honestly, I would just
So
leave.
what do you do like that?
leave,
What do you do with that? If you leave, they tell you, G, if you're leaving now, and this is about the reunion.
That's
That's some crazy
very-
automated, bro.
Since you're
It's
now
giving.
your own
It's
person,
giving. It's giving.
like,
Leave
since
your
you're now
best friend.
since you're now your own person, you're now a grown man, G, pay for your own union, and you wanted to move out and
I
be
feel
independent.
that your parents will then need to reflect on themselves in
Yeah,
that
they
moment
need to
because that's a
reflect on
crazy
themselves,
In that
statement.
case, okay, what if I reflect, but what if they're genuinely just bad parents? Now what?
I think
No,
sometimes.
she said you need to reflect on
No,
themselves.
Relax, bro. Relax. He was answering her question.
Exactly.
Relax.
What you do in that
You
case,
was-
where
I feel-
you've gone through all the motions,
Yeah.
you force yourself to move out, they say pay for your own things, they reflect, they don't care about you.
But I feel like
But if
in
they-
most cases it's like a threat kind of thing. Like if
Yeah,
you do
try it and
but you can probably leave and they'll still pay. It's a high risk
but
thing to do. But
Even
like-
if they don't, I feel like it depends how badly you want it. Like if that's something you want to do, you have to just
Yeah, you
suck
just
it
have
up,
to do it.
right?
I want my
Until your
freedom.
time is up.
I want my freedom one way
Okay,
or the other.
freedom.
I feel like you also have to show them a certain level of being responsible.
And
Like,
maturity,
sometimes
all
if
of
you're
it.
like a wild card and then you just go to a person like
When you
like,
go
I'm
to use
moving
it.
out, they're gonna be like, and do what? How are
Right.
you gonna
Move
But
out, go to
they'll
use
know
it.
how
Your what
Maybe you know me well enough, ne? You know I'm a wild card, but I think I can say I'm a responsible wild card. I think I can say
She
that.
said okay.
You know, I don't
The way she
know
sound,
what to
bro.
say.
I don't
You
know.
guys know him better. so
Yeah,
I
wait.
can't-
He is a bit responsible. Yes, he's
A bit.
a bit. No, look, guys.
I'll take it.
Let me be honest. Look, for you to mature, you need to go through certain things, right? It's like for you to fall in love, you have to like go through a lot of heartbreak.
You have to
Not that. But I mean a lot of heartbreak. You get my point.
No, you
No, you don't.
No, in most
A
cases,
lot of
you actually-
heartbreak to
it's
find
character
love.
development, guys.
Tell us about who broke your heart.
Guys,
Brother.
this girl, guys, blew away your girls, guys, blew away your girls.
Aren't you talking
respect
to my
yourself.
love?
Nah, she didn't break my heart, but I'm just saying, blew
Is
away
that
your
the
girls.
girl?
again. Which one?
That's what.
Oh, no, she's
Brother,
good.
what do you
She's
mean you
good.
need to get your heart broken to
don't.
find love? I
Exactly.
got my heart broken once and I ran away from love since. I've been single since.
Exactly, but when you
Exactly
decide
what?
to fall, no, when he decides to fall in love, he's gonna fall. in love.
Decide.
Guys, not everyone's
deciding.
So you're
love.
gonna
Right.
okay, so you're gonna be a bachelor till you're 40.
Maybe.
It's cheap.
What do you mean it's cheap?
It's cheap to be a
Okay,
How
hey.
long have we been
So
talking
on
about?
that note, I think we got some good points going in this episode.
I don't think so.
We got good points.
I
We
feel
got good conversation going.
I've got
So-
one more thing to say
One more.
about the firstborn thing. One thing about being a firstborn is you need to understand that you
You're
are
the
the
experimental
experiment.
Exactly.
You get it.
You know, yeah, the experiment.
Yeah, that my parents.
Your parents
Yeah.
were fighting for the
Yes,
first time.
my
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
always said to me, Anisha, when you were born, we did not even know what we were doing. But then you look at your siblings and you see.
But now they
Different
pretend like they
thing.
know what they're doing, boss. Because me, I see some of the things my sister has, bro, at her age, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what
I
she's saying,
experienced
though.
the
They're-
same
yeah,
thing.
they're
I see
learning.
the same thing with my siblings.
So don't act like you
My-
know how to be a. Never
My
mind.
little sisters, the younger ones, right?
Yeah.
They are spoiled to the last.
It's
Right?
not alcohol, chief.
But-
It's not alcohol.
I know. I
And
know.
my parents have seen that, it won't hurt to give them what they want
Yeah.
sometimes, right? But with me, even till this day, it's like, think twice, right?
Yeah.
Because they're used to parenting me a
Yeah.
certain way.
Yeah, that's true.
But then they also then learned to be a little bit softer
Not
with
like
the
you.
ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
I
not
mean, it is
fair.
what it
It's
is.
not
I
fair.
feel
Yeah, it's
like
But
yeah.
as the firstborn, you're supposed to have a thick skin, right?
Yeah, true.
Because people can throw blows at you and you can be like, right? But then you can also be sensitive sometimes because you're already dealing with so much at home, right?
Yeah.
And then people have sometimes you're not in a good mood and then people have the nerve to press your buttons and stuff. So I feel like as a firstborn, you kind of have to try to I don't know,
Yeah.
just try to
Yeah.
to realize that,
Mhm.
okay,
But I think also a lot of
this is
people.
how my parents
Yeah.
are.
It's okay.
But look, a lot of people also, I think they escape
I was
the
the
reality
firstborn,
of
you
home.
and you're not a
No, I'm not a
No,
firstborn.
but it's different.
No, look.
Even I'm not a firstborn,
Yeah.
but I'm the only girl, so it's different. Like
I'm the only boy,
I tell
bro.
my dad like you can't do that to
Yeah.
my younger brother.
My wife
'cause
has high
thingy, then I
expectations,
don't
bro.
want
Like
to.
my partner is like she has to have this.
Your
she has to
wife,
have
you
this.
just say
No, my
wife.
future wife, basically, right?
Listen,
I'm the only boy in my house.
It's okay, Nash, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. We had good conversations going, good topics here.
What are we talking about right now? guys, look.
Hey, Baba, now look.
Hey, Bosh.
Yo.
Everyone from now on,
That's,
shut up.
That's end of episode. In the comment, I want you guys to type in your opinions. Type in your favorite hosts as well. What you guys think about the hosts and all of that.
Deep.
Type in topics you want us to talk about in the next episode as well. But that's it from us, from the Bants
And
Rants talk show. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, catch you later, guys.
It's very old.
Picture.